Would you like to know everything there is to know about the Lawmate iPhone 6 and 7 covert camera case? If you said yes, then this video is for you. Welcome to the PI Guy, tips, tricks, and advice for professional private investigators just like you. My name is John Morris. I am a licensed professional private investigator in Colorado. Now let's go ahead and let's head out and let's check out the Lawmate covert camera case for the iPhone 6 and 7. Okay, here it is, folks. This is the Lawmate iPhone 6 and 7 covert camera case. That's exactly what it is. It is a case for an iPhone 6 or a 7. I have an iPhone 6 right here. So let's take a close look at the case right now. If we flip it over and we look at the back right here, we have several things going on. We have a switch right here. This switch is your power switch. The switch over here is your Wi-Fi. Up is off, down is on. This switch is for motion detection right here. We have a button right here that we can press, and that will show us our battery state. So we can see that our battery is at about 50% right now. We also have a button right here that if you depress this button, it will factory reset or set the device back to the defaults. Okay, looking at the bottom here, you will note there is a slot here for a micro SD card. We have a 32 gigabyte card in there, and there is a slot for your micro USB charging cable, and that's how you will charge the device. On the other end of the case is the actual covert camera. This is right here, so you can actually hold it and you can point the camera to wherever you need to gather video. Now let's go ahead. We're going to put in an iPhone 6 right into the case here. It slips right in. It's real easy. It just pops right down there. You do not have to have an iPhone 6 or a 7 that is activated with a cell phone carrier. I happen to buy a used iPhone 6 just for this. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's turn on our iPhone 6 so we can watch the operation here as we set things up. Now, I'm going to cut this out, folks. You don't get to see my password. Okay, here we are on the iPhone 6 desktop. The first thing we want to do is come right over to the settings menu. And this is going to be pretty much the same if you use an Android. Then what you want to do is you want to go over to the Wi-Fi section. And if you look here, you will only see local Wi-Fis here that are close to me. What we need to do is go on the back of the case. We will turn on, and we will turn the Wi-Fi on. Now the power and the Wi-Fi are both on, and if we wait just a second, it takes about 30 seconds usually. Okay, there it is. PVIP7W, and then the other identifying numbers right there. That is the Wi-Fi for the camera. It actually becomes a Wi-Fi connector for it. Now, it doesn't have internet capability, so once you connect to it, you may lose internet capability on this device. We will connect to it, and if you have set up a password in there, it will ask you for the password, unless you have the password memorized. And then we're going to go to the app for the camera. It is called PV Cam Viewer, and you can download that in the App Store. Once you have it, you will go into your device management, and it will see the cameras that are connected on there, and you can see this one is already connected. Now back at the PV Cam Viewer menu, we have a lot of different settings in here. We have program settings, which we can go in, and this is where we will set up the camera and the functionality for the camera itself. You will notice in here several options. You have the time and the date display. That will display the actual time and the date right on the video. Synchronize the time, that's really nice. If you need to synchronize it, I suggest you do this regularly. Right there is today's time. You hit OK, and it has now synchronized the time with the camera. Audio, there's a selector for the audio right here. So if you don't want it to capture audio, you just turn that off. Resolution, this is another one here that we'll take a look at. You have multiple options in here. You have 1080p, 720p, and even WVGA. Now if we go back to our menu, we'll look and we have the frame rates per second. I have it set at 30 frames per second. Then there is the device Wi-Fi SSID visible. So that will make it visible to just about anybody. If you're using it a lot out in public, you may not want to have that turned on. You might want to turn that off so other people don't try to connect. But if you have a password on there, it should be protected. You also have modify device Wi-Fi password. Go in there and you can set the password for the device, and I suggest you do that for security purposes. There is format SD card. You can go right in there and you can actually format your SD card, and we will go ahead and just do that, and that will wipe out all of the video or pictures that we had on the camera. You can look at your storage information. That's going to tell you everything about your storage. Our total capacity is a little over 30 gig. We have a 32 gigabyte card in there. And then there are the load setup defaults. If you just want to go back, if you made a bunch of changes and you don't know what did what and you just want to go back to the defaults for the software. Okay, now we are back at the main menu. Let's go ahead and let's go into recorder setting. The recorder setting, as you will see, the camera is right there. You can actually see what is right there in front of the camera. I just have a box there for a background right now. You will also notice the red light right here. That means the camera is actually recording. When you first turn the device on, it will automatically start recording. That's a really nice feature in many cases, but you need to keep that in mind. If you want to stop it, all you do is you come down here and you hit stop, and then you'll notice that it has stopped. When you want to record, you can just hit the record, and it will then start recording. And you'll notice there's a little bit of a delay sometimes between when you press it and when it starts recording. But if you saw on there, it was actually at 2 seconds, so it was actually recording almost instantly when I hit the record button. And then we can hit the cap, and that will actually capture a photograph of whatever it is looking at. You'll also notice down in the bottom right here, it does have the date and timestamp displayed, so you know that you have synced things properly. Up here you have normal mode and motion mode. Now if you look down here, it says press record to start detecting. So if I hit the record button, now it is detecting. Note, there is nothing up here. It is not recording right now. But let's go ahead and put our hand in front of it. And now you will notice it said recording, and it has actually started recording. If I go into video files, it will show me the actual files that I have on there. Over here is a lock button. So if I know that this was a really good piece of video and I do not want it to be overwritten, I can just lock that, and now it can't be erased from the device. You can also go in here and click on the photograph, and it will show me each of the pictures on there. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's go out in the real world, and we will get some real video and real audio so you can see exactly how well this device performs. Okay folks, here we are outside and we are recording. One of the things I will note, and I forgot to mention this when we were doing the review, but if you turn on the software before it's connected to the Wi-Fi on the camera, then you turn on the Wi-Fi on the camera, then it will not connect. You actually have to stop the software and then go back into the software so it can connect through that way. I wish this was something that they could fix. It's not a big deal, but it is something you will want to make a note. Now let's go ahead and let's hop in the car and let's go do some real world testing. Now one of the things I like to use my Covert cameras for from time to time is an impromptu dash cam. So here we are, it's just sitting on the dash pointing out the front screen. You probably hear some fans in the background. I have the air conditioning on. If I turn the air conditioning off, obviously the audio is going to get a little bit better. Another one of the things I like to use these for is audio recordings for my notes. Okay, now we are at the Evans post office. We'll go in and we will check the mail here and see how this works. How you doing? Okay folks, here we are, we're at a local park right now. I just wanted to give a few of my thoughts out on the Lawmate Covert camera in the iPhone 6, iPhone 7 case. To me, this is a really good covert camera. It is my go-to covert camera in most cases. The version that I have is an older version. I've had it for several years. It's worked very well. And as you can see, we're scrolling through right now with some of the photographs that I've taken while I'm out here. It has a very high resolution camera built into it. The one I have does not have the night vision, the low lux, the low light capability of the newer ones. It does okay as long as there's some light. That's why I didn't go into that. But I'm going to leave a link down below for the newer version if you want to check it out. In all fairness, that is an affiliate link. I do make a wee bit of money if you purchase it, but that one does have, I believe, the low light nighttime capabilities. So if you follow somebody into a bar or on a parking lot, or you need to get license plate numbers in not so ideal conditions, you know, that will work fine for you. This is a great camera. They last a long time. The batteries last a long time, and they're just sturdy, they're heavy duty, and I love the Lawmate products. And thank you so much for supporting the PI Guy channel, and I will see you next time. And if there's anything that you want me to review, any products that you would like me to review, go down in the comments and let me know, and I will try to accommodate. And remember, stay safe out there, folks.